Hi guys, we're here today to talk about midpoints. So when we're finding the midpoint, we're given two endpoints and we want to find the middle one. So when we do that, we want to find the averages. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, see if we can get a little better look at this. When we're looking for the midpoint, there is another formula. It has x's and y's in it. This is in the form of an ordered pair. So I've got parenthesis x plus x divided by 2. We're going to find the average here, and then y plus y divided by 2. The midpoint is between 2 points, so this is like our segment bisector. It's halfway between those 2 points, so instead of the part plus the part equaling the total, when we've got a line segment and we've got something here, we've got the part plus the part equals the total, that whole thing. Here we've got a midpoint. So instead of it just being sliced, it's sliced exactly in half. It's been bisected. So A to B is the same as B to C. We want to find that middle point. So the steps to do that, you're going to do x plus x and y, x plus x divided by 2 and y plus y divided by 2. So all we're going to do is plug it in. If I've got the x and the x, I'm going to add those together. 7 plus 9, 16 divided by 2. And then y plus y divided by 2. There should be a negative in that one because that is a -5, by the way. I was like, where did the negative come from? So -5 plus -1 is -6, and -6 divided by 2 is your -3. So we can use this formula, right? And we're going to leave it in the ordered pair format. We're going to leave it as a coordinate. If you have your points on a coordinate plane, then you want to find your two endpoints. So that's 2, 0. Remember, you start at the origin and you go either right or left first, and then you go up or down, and then you go right or left, and then up or down. So we've got 2, 0 and 5, 2. Our x's are 2 and 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. And then we've got 0 plus 2, which is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. It is this formula right here, this x plus x divided by 2 and y plus y divided by 2 that's going to be so important. So let's go to slide 10 and see how it's different here. So this one is finding the other endpoint. So here we've got that same line segment. We've got M in the middle. We know that AM is congruent to MB. The thing is here, we're not looking for the midpoint, we're looking for the endpoint. So here we've got to kind of find a pattern. If this is a number line, I'm going from 3 to 5 by adding 2, and then I'm going to add 2, and I'm going to get to 7. Here I'm going from 7 to 10, I'm adding 3, so I'm going to add 3 more and get 10. So let's see if we can go back to this. Just a little bit bigger. There we go. We're going to use something called the EMO method. So E stands for endpoint, M stands for middle point, and OE is the other endpoint. We're going to make a table or a chart like we have over here with the endpoints on the ends and the middle point in the middle. It kind of makes sense, but you'd be surprised at how many people will get these wrong. So if it says M is the middle point, M is my middle point, find the coordinates of B if the coordinates of A are 3, 7. So 3, 7 is A, that's an endpoint. M is 5, 10, that's the middle point. Like we just talked about, we're going in the X's, we're going from 3 to 5, so that's plus 2. So we're going to extend that pattern, and 5 plus 2 is 7. On the Y side, we're going to do 7 plus 3 is 10, and 10 plus 3 more is 13. So point B, that other endpoint, is 7, 13. You've got to do some really close reading to make sure that you know that you have an endpoint and a middle point. not 2 endpoints, because they'll give you very different answers. So here, let's see if we can do this one. M is the midpoint of AB. If you are not given a picture, I very strongly recommend that you draw that. So A, B, and then M is the midpoint. Find the coordinates of B. So I'm looking for an endpoint. If the coordinates of A are -5, 2, so -5, 2, and M are -1 and 8, right? We've got the A, we've got the M, and we've got the B. So now what I want to do is find out what the pattern is here. And I'm going to start on the Y side this time. If I go from 2 to 8, that's +6. So I'm going to do that pattern again. And if I add 6, I'm going to get 14. So my Y value is going to be 14. Over here on the other side, let's see if I can get a little brighter color. If I go from -5 to -1, so -5 to -1 is adding 4. So if I add 4 and I add 4 on this side, I'm going to get 3. I'm going to get 3. You can sketch yourself a little coordinate plane. If I go -5 and 2, that would be my A. And then -1 and 8, that would be my M. And then 3 and 14, that would be my B. And that kind of makes sense. So you can sketch yourself a little graph. You can also open Desmos and check that out too. Now we're going to go to slide 11. Slide 11 is going to give us some common errors. So take a second to look at this. I'm going to read it. You read it with me. See if you can figure out where we went wrong. Eric answered the following 2 problems incorrectly. Find and describe his mistake and how he can fix it. Then give the correct answer. So if we look at this, M is 2, 9. It is the midpoint of AB. If A is 4, 7, what are the coordinates of B? So first of all, he doesn't have a picture, so we need to draw the picture. So if I draw the picture with my 2 endpoints, it says M is the midpoint. So M is the midpoint, and that is -2 and 9. That should go in the middle. Oh, all of a sudden I see where my problem is. That -2, 9 should be in the middle. So -2 and 9 of A and B. So A and B are the 2 endpoints. And if A is 4, 7, these 2 are switched. The 7 should be here and the 9 should be there. So 4, 7. This is point A. This is point M. And then we're looking for point B. That's what we're looking for. So what are the coordinates? Well, we've got to figure out what the pattern is. To go from 4 to 2, that's -6. 4 minus 6 is -2. So if I subtract 6, and then I want to subtract 6 again, -2 minus 6 is -8. I'm just following a pattern, right? So then on the Y side, 7 plus 2 is 9. So I'm going to add 2 more. And 9 plus 2 is going to be 11. So my answer here is going to be -8, 11. In question number 2, the points X, Y, and Z are collinear. So again, I don't have a picture. I'm going to sketch one, and I'm going to sketch it over here. So I've got X, Y, and Z. Z is the midpoint of XY. Oh, so now that I read a little further, I've got to change this. Z is the midpoint of XY. So if Z is the midpoint and X, Y are my endpoints, find the coordinates of Y. So I'm looking for the endpoint. If X is -5, 3, and Z is 7, -7. So I'm going to make my chart again, and I'm going to do -5, 3, and 7, -7. This -5, 3, Y is an endpoint, and 7, -7 is Z. That's the midpoint. So if I have an end and a middle, I want to find the other end. So again, we need to do our pattern, -5 to 7. So -5 to 0 is 5, and then 7 more is going to be 12. This is going to be plus 12. So if I add 12 more, I'm going to get 19. And then 3 to -7, 3 to 0 is 3. And then I've got to go 7 more. So this is -10, and then -10. So -17. And that's it, guys. Next video is going to be math space. So we'll look for you there.